everyone, and welcome back to Seeking Luxury. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on a world most of us can only dream of. We're diving deep into the life of a luxury concierge, the ultimate problem solvers for the We're sitting down with Alex, who has spent over a decade catering to the whims of billionaires, celebrities, and royalty. Alex, thank you so much for joining us. So, let us start with a big question everyone wants to know. What exactly does a luxury concierge do? Well, in simple terms, we make the impossible possible. My clients are people who value their time above all else, and they're willing to pay a premium to have every detail of their lives managed flawlessly. It's not just about booking flights or dinner reservations. It's about curating bespoke experiences and solving problems they didn't even know they had. If they can dream it, my job is to make it a reality. No request is too big or too small. That sounds absolutely fascinating. I can only imagine the kinds of requests you get. We're here for the stories. So let's get right into it. What's one of the wildest requests you've ever had to fulfill? Oh, where to begin? There have been so many. One that always comes to mind happened a few years ago. He got a call at 2 a.m. from a client in London. He had just closed a massive business deal and wanted to celebrate by flying his entire team, all 20 of them, to Las Vegas for the weekend. The catch: he wanted to leave in 4 hours. That meant arranging a private jet, coordinating ground transport for 20 people, booking out a suite of penthouses at a top hotel, and securing a block of VIP tables at one of the most exclusive clubs on the Strip all before sunrise. 4 hours. That's insane! How did you even begin to tackle that? And what does something like that even cost? You just get to work. First call was to my aviation contact. We secured a Gulfstream G650, which is one of the top private jets available. While that was being prepped and flight plans were filed, my team was on the phone with our contacts in Vegas. We leveraged our relationships to get the penthouses at the Bellagio, and worked with the club manager to arrange a private roped-off section with bottle service. The client didn't ask for a budget. He just said, make it happen. The jet charter alone was around $200,000 for the round trip. The hotels, transport, and entertainment added another $150,000, so a spontaneous weekend trip came in at about $350,000. But for the client, the look on his team's faces was priceless. That is just a staggering amount of money for a weekend. It really puts things into perspective. It seems like a lot of your job is about access and connections. Have you ever had a request that seemed truly impossible, even for you? Definitely. There was a time a client wanted to propose to his girlfriend. He was a huge art lover, and his dream was to have the Musée d'Orsay in Paris all to themselves for the evening. He wanted to propose in front of Monet's water lilies with a string quartet playing their favorite song. Now, shutting down a major national museum for a private event is complicated, to say the least. It involves navigating government permissions, security protocols, and significant donations. So, what happened? Did you manage to do it? It took weeks of negotiations. We had to make a substantial donation to the museum's art restoration fund. We talking deep into 6 figures. We also had to arrange for enhanced security and cover the costs of all the staff who had to work overtime. But in the end, we made it happen. At 9 p.m., after the last tourist had left, the doors opened just for them. They walked through the empty halls, just the two of them, and he got down on one knee right where he envisioned. The final cost for that 2-hour experience was just shy of €500,000. It was probably the most romantic and logistically nightmarish request I've ever fulfilled. Wow! Just wow! A private proposal in the Musée d'Orsay. That's a story they'll tell for the rest of their lives. We've talked about jets and museums, but I heard a rumor that your requests sometimes get a little more exotic. Something about an elephant. Ah, you heard about the elephant? Yes, that was for a client's extravagant wedding in Morocco. The bride had a vision of arriving at the ceremony on an elephant, decorated in traditional style. Finding a trained, gentle elephant that could be part of a wedding procession in Marrakesh isn't like calling a local car service. We had to work with a reputable animal sanctuary to ensure the animal's welfare was the absolute top priority. We had to arrange special transportation, handlers, veterinary checks, and all the necessary permits. It was a massive undertaking. I can't even imagine the paperwork for that. What's the price tag on renting an elephant for a day? For something like that, you're not just renting an elephant. You're paying for the entire team of specialists, the animal's care, transport, insurance, and a significant donation to the sanctuary that houses it. All in, that part of the wedding cost the client around $75,000. But the bride got a grand entrance, the photos were spectacular, and the elephant was treated like the king it was for the day. It was a win-win. These stories are incredible. It really feels like your job is part problem solver, part miracle worker, and part therapist. Do you ever have to say no? Is there a line you won't cross? Absolutely! We will never fulfill a request that is illegal, unethical, or puts anyone in danger. My reputation and the safety of everyone involved are paramount. If a request feels wrong, I won't hesitate to decline it. My value to my clients is not just in saying yes, but also in providing guidance and discretion. Sometimes, the best service I can provide is advising a client against a bad idea. Integrity is everything in this business. My job is to fulfill dreams, not to enable reckless behavior. That's a really important distinction. It's not just about throwing money at a problem, but about creating genuinely amazing, safe, and memorable experiences. It's about the art of service. Before we wrap up, what is the one piece of advice you'd give to someone who wants to create a truly special experience for a loved one, even without a billionaire's budget? That's a great question. The secret to a luxurious experience isn't the price tag. It's the thoughtfulness. Pay attention to the details. What's their favorite food? Their favorite song? What's a place that holds special meaning for them? You can recreate a 5-star experience at home by focusing on personalization. Cook their favorite meal. Create a playlist of songs that are meaningful to your relationship and focus entirely on them. True luxury is making someone feel seen, understood, and completely cared for. You don't need a private jet for that, Alex. That is the perfect note to end on. Thank you so much for sharing your time and these unbelievable stories with us. It's been an absolute privilege to get a glimpse into your world. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure! And thank you all for watching. What was the wildest request you heard today? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this peek into the world of ultimate luxury, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more exclusive content. We'll see you in the next video.